Okay, guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. So, Oilers, Flames, Penguins, Blues. We have news and rumors just to go over today. So there was a fan 590. So I just want to touch on the Oilers first and foremost. So they've obviously been looking for a blue liner for a while now. I thought it was going to be sooner rather than later, but they definitely had to get their blue line sorted out. They've had a hold there since the offer sheets, obviously, and they were talking on the Fan 590, and Mike Futa was on the Fan 590, and he said, obviously, rightfully so, that they essentially just have to get this sorted out. But he was pointing to the fact that Cody Ceci, that he 100% sees a Cody Ceci return to the Edmonton Oilers. Now, the host of the Fan 590 said that he wasn't a big fan of Cody Ceci. By the way, neither am I. I mean, he's a serviceable defenseman. I actually got to watch him play on the Leafs quite a bit. He is what he is. I really was hoping the Oilers would shoot a bit higher than that. I mean, they could get him. He was a part of their penalty kill. He has some NHL talent. He's an NHL defenseman. But I'm just hoping the Oilers shoot a bit higher than this. I do wonder, though, if it's just because it's so difficult to make a trade for a top four guy, right? Like, it's just not an easy thing to do. So I'm kind of sitting here being like, maybe not. But I would much prefer if the Oilers, shot a little bit higher than Cody Ceci, if you know what I mean. I'm sure Edmonton Oilers fans can drop in the comments like, I'm not the biggest fan of Cody Ceci, in my opinion. Now, on to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, I made a video yesterday touching on that Sidney Crosby just deserves better in general, which is obviously true. Now, essentially, they were talking on 32 Thoughts. Elliot Friedman was touching on this. Essentially, obviously, people have been talking about, just getting Crosby out of Pittsburgh. Now, he said that, essentially he was saying what I said, which he probably would not have re-signed if he would have ever been moved. But reality seems to be reality in this situation. And Elliot Friedman said the only way he would ever want to trade is if, quote, reality hit him hard. Essentially that he just really feels that Pittsburgh is not going to be competitive. I believe that this is eventually a reality, though, because I just don't see Pittsburgh competing anymore. I don't know about you guys. I just don't see them being a competitive team, and that's just really it, in my opinion. So this is why I am saying I don't think that he will finish off that contract in Pittsburgh. I don't think that he should. I think that he deserves to go elsewhere. That's my opinion on that, and it is what it is. But yeah, drop in the comments below if you guys think that he should finish out the contract or you think it would hurt his legacy. Go right ahead. I just really don't. I think that it's time to move on. I think that fans understand that the team is not competitive. They are on like a 3-game losing streak. Crosby also seems to be slowing down a little bit. He certainly wasn't what he was, but again, the guy's 37 years old. He's not going to be like he was in his 20s, obviously. So on to the Calgary Flames. Now, their first-round pick, they wanted to make trades, and Conroy essentially was talking about that they can't because their first-round pick was involved in a trade, so they have multiple first-round picks, right? Because one of their first-round picks is tied up with Canadians due to the Sean Monahan trade. So obviously, I guess Conroy is just talking. And again, Calgary Flames are another team that has been heavily involved in trade rumors. Obviously, they are going to be, I don't think they're going to be competitive this year. They had a bit of a scrappy start, but I personally just don't see them being a consistent team. But Conroy was essentially just touching on the fact that, it's just difficult to make trades. Honestly, just a separate thing. I really do want the National Hockey League to make it easier on teams to make trades. Maybe help teams with the cap or something, or, I understand that the NHL, I'm just talking about the NHL in general right now, they don't want to make it a crazy league in terms of trades, but you don't want to go all the way to the NBA because it's crazy. But there has to be a good balance here, because listen, like, every single person that is listening to this video absolutely loves trades. We have to increase the amount of trades that we are getting. Like, let's be real here. So obviously I would like that to make it easier. But yeah, the Craig Conroy essentially just touching on that as the fact that Calgary Flames are going to have difficulty making a trade right now. But hey, like I always say, when it comes to trades, you never know. It could change at any time. So on to the St. Louis Blues and Jordan Binnington. Now, Jordan Binnington has, essentially there was a rumor that he was rumored to eventually he would be okay with moving on with St. Louis Blues. Not that it's happening immediately, but you're looking at Binnington's body language lately, and it does look like he is pretty not okay with being in a situation in St. Louis that he doesn't want to be. Like, essentially, he's a gamer. Now, I don't know what that's going to look like. I mean, he's a cup champ. He's still a pretty good goalie. I think he'll be on Canada's roster, so we'll have to see where this ends up. I'm trying to see what type of competitive team would want a goalie. I would usually say the Maple Leafs, but they've actually been pretty good with Stolars. If you want to give Joseph Woll a rest, or you don't believe in Joseph Woll, maybe you could make a trade there. I wouldn't mind possibly, seeing the Leafs being interested in a player like that, because Joseph Woll just gets injured too much, and he has no evidence of staying healthy. But I'm just trying to think of like a competitive team that, maybe you could look at a Detroit Red Wings, who they probably could really use a goalie, and they could be on the up and up. But there was a source that did say that he asked somebody close to Binnington and said it was certainly possible that he would be okay with eventually moving on from the Blues. But, we don't know whether that's going to happen. I mean, he's under contract, so we'll have to see. It is what it is. So I just want to touch on some NHL news and trade rumors really quickly. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, I would really appreciate it, guys, and have a great day. Goodbye.